Hi, I'm Richard Kosh, and I'm working to restore this Bristol Channel pilot cutter from 1972. She's been a project boat for at least a decade now, and has not even moved from her berth. I think she has a lot of potential, and I look forward to taking her out on her first journey. In this episode, I'm trying to dry out the wheelhouse. There are leaks coming from everywhere. Windows and window bolts are missing. Water's coming in through the roof and deck joins, and generally she has a very wet and damp wheelhouse. Also, as this is only the second week of the refit, I'm getting organised. I get a gift of a petrol generator, and I start to dry out and clean the wheelhouse. So, let's go. The aft port windows had been out and covered by a board for I have no idea how long. To make the wheelhouse dry, I had to put this window back in. This was a deceptively simple job that involved screwing bolts. However, nothing is as simple as it appears to be. And after working a lot of the day to get these windows in place, I found my fatal flaw.
So it's time to wrap up for tonight. I realised that I need to take the windows out tomorrow again because these have to go in first because they bolt in sort of behind the frame. So I just got a bit of board over it with a broom handle, some ties just to block the windows, pretty safe down here. So we start again tomorrow and hopefully finish this job. So there she is finally. It's been like 5-6 hours putting this window in, it's incredible. Part of it was I don't have the right nut size. It's about an M6, but the thread is different to the modern one. These are back in the 70s, so it's probably imperial measurement, I'm guessing. So at some point I'm going to have to either replace these bolts or find the right nuts for it. And then the other one was I did screw up a little bit. It's in place, it's going to be sealed, but there is actually an aluminium frame which holds the rubber seal in place, and I guess who forgot to put it in? This guy. So it'll stay like that for the moment because the goal again is just to stop the water coming in. So I think when the wheelhouse gets painted, all these windows will come out and get serviced and sealed and set properly in the frame. But in terms of the plan, I'm almost where I thought I would be.
Next, it was on to patch the many leaks in the deckhouse join. Due to rust in the steel and rot in the aluminium, there were a number of sections just letting water flow inside. This is one of the main reasons why the deckhouse is so wet inside. This is my approach.
So the plan for the wheelhouse is to go from the outside in, and I'm using this stuff here, it's for roofing. And what it is, it's got a metallic layer on the outside, and on the inside it's got basically tar. So you heat it up, this melts, and you put it over the hole. Works really well. We used to use it as a repair when we were sea kayaking, and it's amazingly durable and tough and shouldn't interact with the metal, I don't think. It's just sticky tar over the outside. Can be a bit messy to clean when we come back to it, so I'll be quite tight around the holes, not too much. And I think this is actually a pretty good compromise. You don't have to deal with chemicals, and it's very, very easy to put on. You just need a blowtorch. So let's go do that.
and after a little bit of time, managed to get most of them done. The final job for the week was to try and dry out the wheelhouse once and for all and clean up some of the mess on the floor. To help with this task, I was gifted a petrol generator from Ronnie, my neighbour on the fishing boat next door. He'd just bought a new one and was kind enough to give me his old one. This allowed me to set up my space heater and begin the slow process of removing the damp. I also cleared out a lot of the junk from the wheelhouse and started removing layers of old flooring and dirt. This included lifting up the floor in the steering house and removing very old, very wet, very soaked insulation from the floor. That brought this stormy week to an end. It was a good week with progress being made. Look forward to having a dry and clean wheelhouse so I can move on to the next jobs. Wishing you all a great week ahead.